Good afternoon, students. Hope you all are fine. Today I will be explaining to you the second chapter, that is January Night. As it reads, the story, which has been translated by David Rubin, is from a collection of stories called The World of Premchand. January Night was originally called Poos Ki Raat. Poos is a name of a month in the Hindu calendar and it means the harvest season. So the story is abridged from that. It is a part of that book. I'll be explaining to you the first section today and then we will continue further. Here it says that Halku came in and said to his wife, "The landlord's come. Get the rupees you set aside. I will give him the money and somehow or the other we will get along without it." Halku says that we have some money. Please pay the amount to the landlord. I know the money is very less and after we pay him we will not have anything with us, but we will somehow or the other get along without it. Get along without it meaning we will somehow or the other adjust and survive without it. Munni had been sweeping. Munni is the wife here. She was sweeping the floor. She turned around and said, "But there are only 3 rupees. If you give them to him, where's the blanket going to come from?" Munni says that it's going to be the cold weather. Remember, it is the month of January. That's what the next line says. How are we going to get through these January nights in the fields? It's going to be extremely cold. I have saved those 3 rupees for us to buy a blanket, for you to have the blanket when you sleep in the fields to take care of the crops. Tell him we will pay after the harvest. Not right now. For a moment, Halku stood hesitating. He did not know what to do and he was completely confused. He paused for a while. He stopped for a while and he did not know what to do. Without a blanket, he couldn't possibly sleep in the fields at night. But the landlord wouldn't be put off. Meaning the landlord could not be given any excuse. No excuses would suffice, would be enough for the landlord. He would threaten and insult Halku. Him here is Halku. So what did it matter if they died in the cold weather? The landlords did not. This shows us the plight of the farmers. The landlords in those days, the field owners, did not bother about the laborers or the farmers who worked on their land. So what did it matter if they died in the cold weather, as long as they could just take care of the calamity now? The Here it is explained that Halku says and thinks for himself that it doesn't mind if I die in the cold weather. At least for time being, the calamity or the problem of paying off the landlord will be solved and nobody will keep coaxing us and forcing us to pay the money. As he thought, he is thinking. Halku is thinking over here, and so it is written. As he thought this, he moved his heavy body. Now, Halku, the name Halku makes us feel that he is a very halka man, lightweight. But we are understanding that he is not, as you can see the picture, he is not a lightweight, he is not a thin man. He is a heavy body. And so it is said, as he thought this, he moved his heavy body. That gave the lie. It is a lie to his name, because his name is Halku, which means light, and here it is shown him as a heavy body. And so it is just for us to understand and enjoy the story. Halku says that I cannot pay it, and he returns towards his wife, and he comes closer to his wife to explain to her that she should pay off the money. Trying to coax her, he said. Coax is force her, make somebody understand, make somebody do something forcibly. not always in a bad manner, negative manner, but here it can also be out of emotions. He tells his wife, come on, give it, we will manage. I will figure out. Please underline the word I will figure out some other plan to get the blanket. We will do something about it and we will figure out, we will find out a solution of how to get a blanket. Munni drew away from him. Munni is very upset. Munni, his wife, is very upset. Her eyes are angry. She goes away from him. Her angry eyes, she said, you just tell me what other plan can be found. Is somebody going to give you a blanket? God knows how many debts are always left over that we can't pay off. Debt here is qarz. In Hindi, it means qarz. That is the money which you have taken and you have to repay off. So Munni says that, why are you telling me like this? Tell me from where are we going to get the money and how are we going to pay it? God knows how many repayments or payments have we to do. That is how many debts are left and we can't pay them off. What I say is give up this tenant farming. Now Halku was not the owner of the farm and that is why the wife says, I want you to give up the tenant farming so that whatever it is, if the farm is ours, we will manage. We don't have to pay somebody. Whatever we will earn will be our own. The work's killing you. The work's killing you. Please underline. It means that the wife says, as it is, you are toiling. Toil, T-O-I-L. Please write down. As it is, you are working very hard and you are almost killing yourself. Whatever you harvest, whatever you grow in the field goes to pay up in the arrears, in the money to the payment to the others. So why not finish with it? Why do we need to pay it to others? Kindly underline the words which are underlined by me and find out the meanings. The next line says, earn some money for your own belly. Own belly here is for ourselves to eat, for our own stomach, to satisfy our own hunger. I won't give you the money. I won't. She is very upset and she says, I can't give you the money because I can't see you starving to death. Sadly, Halku said, then I will have to put up with the abuse. Okay, if you can't give me the money, then I will have to keep taking the insults and the bad treatment given by the zamindars, the insults and the humiliation. The bitter truth in Halku's words came charging Munni like a wild beast. Underline this. And it says, came charging at Munni like a wild beast. It was so hurting. It was like a lion or a wild beast or a tiger or a jungle beast, wild beast coming charging towards her. And when she hears Halku speaking that okay, it's okay if I'm insulted, it shakes her. She is very much worried now. She went to this niche in the wall. She goes towards the wall which has a small hole there. She hides herself and then slowly from the niche, from the hole there, she takes out the rupees, just 3 rupees, and hands it over to Halku. Then she said, give up the farming this time. If you work as a hired labor, you will at least get some food to eat. We don't want to give. We don't want our own. We want our own farm and give up this hired earning. Halku took the money and went outside, tearing his heart. Underline the word tearing his heart. He was completely shaken, broken, and completely emotionally derailed. He saved them and he gave it. He had saved the money from his work pice by pice, slowly, minutely, 1 penny after the other. Pice by pice meaning 1 penny after the other for his blanket. He had saved the money to save himself from the cold weather and the blanket. Today he was going to throw it away. Throw it away meaning give it away to the person who had come to take the money. To the the zamindar. With every step, his head sank lower. Sank lower is he felt bad under the burden of his poverty. I hope you have understood. We will continue later. Thank you.